look up at the clouds and wonder what's beyond them. What if there's something magical hiding just above the horizon? Something so extraordinary it takes your breath away. Well, today I want to share a tale about Tara and the sky whales. It's a story that reminds us to never stop believing in the impossible. But before we dive into this enchanting adventure, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen a whale in the sky? I mean, not just in a dream, but right there above you against the backdrop of the clouds. It might sound crazy, but people have been spotting these majestic creatures swimming among the stars for centuries. In some cultures, they're seen as messengers from the heavens. In others, they symbolize freedom and endless possibilities. Now, let me ask you, what do you think these sky whales might represent? What do you think? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Who knows? Your ideas could inspire someone else's dreams. Now let's meet our story's hero. Her name is Tara, a 12-year-old girl with a head full of dreams and a heart full of curiosity. Tara lived in a small farmhouse nestled between rolling hills and a vast open sky. She had wild curls that matched her untamable spirit and a thirst for knowledge that knew no bounds. Every night she'd escape to the roof of her house, far away from the distractions of her busy city life. It was up there that she felt closest to the stars and the secrets they held. And oh, how she loved those stars! She knew every constellation by heart. She'd trace their paths across the night sky like cosmic breadcrumbs leading to distant adventures. To Tara, the sky was more than just a backdrop. It was a living, breathing entity filled with wonder and magic. One evening, as Tara gazed at the familiar constellations, something extraordinary caught her eye. Just above the horizon, she saw strange, glowing shapes moving slowly across the sky. They looked like whales, but not the kind you see in aquariums or at the beach. No, these were sky whales. They swam majestically through the stars, leaving trails of sparkling light in their wake. At first, Tara thought she was dreaming. The sight was so surreal, so otherworldly that she pinched herself to make sure she was awake. But the sky whales were still there, gliding effortlessly through the cosmos as if they belonged up there. The next day, she couldn't stop thinking about what she'd seen. She told her best friend Ezra all about it, but he just laughed and said it was all in her imagination. Sky whales, really? Come on, Tara. You've been reading too many fantasy books. But Tara knew what she had seen. She wasn't the type of person to make things up, especially not something as fantastical as sky whales. Determined to find out the truth, she kept a close watch on the sky every night. And each evening the sky whales returned, dancing among the stars. They seemed to be waiting for her. So one night, when the sky whales began their celestial ballet, Tara knew she had to follow them. She slipped out of her house and raced up the nearest hill. From there, she could see the sky whales more clearly, and what she saw made her gasp in awe. The sky whales weren't just swimming in the sky. They were creating a shimmering bridge made of light that stretched all the way from the horizon to the clouds. The bridge pulsed with a soft, inviting glow, beckoning her to cross over. Without a moment's hesitation, Tara ran to the edge of the hill and jumped. She didn't know what would happen next, but something inside her, some deep, primal instinct, told her that everything would be all right. As she fell, the sky whales opened a path through their luminous bridge, allowing her to glide effortlessly through the clouds. And then, just like that, She was in the sky. Above the clouds, the air was crisp and cool, and the wind whispered secrets only the sky whales could understand. And then she saw it, the most breathtaking sight she had ever witnessed. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of sky whales swam gracefully through the atmosphere. Their bodies were massive yet elegant, and they moved with a harmony that was both mesmerizing and humbling. The sky whales weren't just beautiful. They were gentle giants. They glided through the air like feathered dancers, their movements as fluid and graceful as if they were weightless. The sight was so magical that Tara could have stood there forever, lost in its wonder. As she watched, one of the sky whales broke away from the group and swam closer to her. It circled once, twice, then slowed down until it was right in front of her. Startled at first, Tara soon realized that the sky whale was friendly. It didn't snort or splash angrily, but swam closer, its eyes shining with an otherworldly glow. The sky whale didn't speak in words, but as it swam around her, Tara felt a sudden rush of understanding. It was showing her something incredibly important. Taking a deep breath, the sky whale began to communicate telepathically, sending images and feelings directly into Tara's mind. "We are the sky whales," it conveyed. "We've been watching over this world for as long as it's existed. Our purpose is to keep the sky in balance. We guide the winds and clouds and protect the skies from chaos. But we need your help." Confused, Tara searched for answers in the whale's eyes, but they held more questions than answers. The sky whale sensed her confusion and pressed on. "You have a pure heart and a curious mind. You are the one who can help us." With that, the sky whale disappeared, leaving Tara alone in the vast expanse of the sky. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and Tara felt a sudden rush of fear. The sky whales were in trouble. She knew she had to do something, but what? Back on the ground, surrounded by the familiar sights and sounds of her world, Tara struggled to make sense of what she had seen and heard. The sky whales were in danger and it was up to her to help them. But how could one ordinary girl make a difference? Determined to find the answer, she spent days poring over books on mythology and folklore, hoping to find some clue, some hint as to how she could save the sky whales. She talked to her grandmother, a wise woman who seemed to know a little bit about everything. She even reached out to experts, astronomers and meteorologists, but no one had any answers. Tara was starting to feel hopeless. The sky whales needed her and she didn't know what to do. Then one night, as she sat on the roof of her house staring at the sky, it hit her. She didn't need to be an expert or a scientist to make a difference. All she needed was to share their story with the world. People had forgotten about the sky whales, but Tara was going to remind them. The next day, Tara got to work. She started a club at school called Guardians of the Sky and invited anyone who believed in magic to join. She and her friends made colorful posters and handed them out to everyone they met. They organized a flash mob in the town square and wrote messages on the sidewalk with chalk. Everywhere Tara went, she shared the story of the sky whales and the importance of protecting them. At first, people thought she was crazy, but Tara didn't care. She knew she was doing the right thing. Soon, other kids started joining in. They took Tara's message to heart and began sharing it with their friends and family. Before long, the entire town was buzzing with talk of the sky whales. One night, Tara looked up at the sky and saw the whales. They were brighter than ever before, pulsing with a soft, ethereal light. The silver-eyed whale swam closer and whispered to her, "Because of your courage, we will continue to soar." Tara smiled, tears in her eyes. She had saved the sky, not with superpowers or special effects, but with belief and action. And as the sky whales danced among the clouds, she knew that their story would live on forever. Because even when we're just 12 years old, we have the power to make a difference. We just have to believe in something bigger than ourselves and have the courage to act. So the next time you look up at the sky, remember Tara and the sky whales and the magical adventure that brought them together. And who knows, maybe you'll see a sky whale too. What would you do if you saw a sky whale? How would you help them? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures. Until next time, keep believing in the impossible because magic is all around us if we just open our eyes to see it.